like Crowded House said, you never see the end of the road with me.
This is how it is.
Mephisto's favorite theme.
Nobody can see me, but I'm actually dancing.
This is how it is.
Who doesn't bounce to this thing, man?
This is how it is.
You know what? The company who made the song for my intro keeps copyright claiming my stuff after 4
Stop
years.
using it, dude. Stop using it.
Can't. I win every single time.
This is how it is.
I can't stop winning.
This is how it is. Today on Pop Culture Minefield.
What are you guys doing?
Putting on the foil every game.
Yeah, you want some? No.
No. We're putting on the foil for every game. It's like, what the fuck?
See, I
couldn't
told you I
figure
looked
that
like
out.
him.
Because, you know, when you're, you know, because I did pugilistic sports, boxing and full contact martial arts. I'm like, what the fuck is the foil for? I don't understand what the foil is for.
More power.
I don't know.
It's like injecting like a boxing glove with that liquid form of cement, where you inject it before, and by the time you reach the fight, it actually hardens. So every punch is a wallop.
Mm.
Don't you know that
man.
trick?
I've heard of it. I've never used it or seen.
Yeah,
use it.
one guy got caught. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was
like
a
welterweight, wasn't it?
It was a Mexican boxer. Yeah, and they
welterweight. Yeah,
and they waited for the referee to leave, and then they injected him it's just a little bit. It's not a lot. They injected him.
Doesn't take a lot.
Through the side into the middle. It has to be in the middle. And by the time they reached the fight,
even injecting silicone.
No, not silicone.
No, I'm telling you, even injecting your glove with silicone would be rough on any fighter because it thickens the glove and makes it harder when you hit them. Yeah, it's just that's dirty. That's dirty.
I mean,
hey, Brian.
Hi. Happy NHL trade deadline day.
Yeah, that was today. And by the way, it was just purely coincidental because I just wanted to get this as soon as possible when you were available. And you said you were available, so I'm like, fuck it, let's do it then.
Well, indeed. But it is a good day to do it because it's NHL trade deadline day. So lots of excitement.
And by the way, you talked about Michael Myers earlier. That dude in the middle there looks like Michael Myers in that photo.
He does a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking Mystery Alaska, another hockey movie.
I like Mystery Alaska. I love Slapshot, and I love the Goon and the second Goon.
I'll bet you love Youngblood because you think Rob Lowe's dead sexy in it.
I've never seen that.
Oh, Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it's one of those films I've never seen. And people go like, how are there movies that you haven't seen because you're such a fanatic for films? I'm like, there's quite a few of them. I will go, I admit it. It's like, holy crap, that's a great movie. And I've never seen it. I know all about it, but I've never seen it. Hey, look, it's Bush.
Pretty good. Youngblood's pretty good.
Hey, Bush.
It was one of those young gang type films, right? It was a young gang type film, right?
No, Youngblood's hockey movie. Two brothers, Patrick Swayze and Rob Lowe. And Rob Lowe is a great hockey player, but he's not tough. So he gets beaten around a lot on the ice, and it's about him toughening up and
learning
living
how
up to his potential. So
fight
it's a
back.
pure full-on hockey movie. Not as great a hockey movie as the best hockey movie of all time, The Cutting Edge.
It's actually, people don't understand that he's
It's
a
good.
hockey player that has to learn how to skate.
That's right. It's the greatest hockey movie ever made.
I enjoyed the crap
Just
out of that
kidding.
movie. I got to admit it.
I've got a copy.
And I
of
thought
it.
she was cute. What was her name? Who was
Oh,
it? Was
can't
it Phoebe
remember.
Cates? Who was that?
I don't know if it was Phoebe. I can't
Moira
remember.
Kelly.
The Cutting
Say that
Edge.
again, Martin.
Moira Kelly.
It might have been. Yes, because she was also in Charlie Chaplin within a year.
Moira Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah, Moira Kelly.
Directed
What's
by
so-
Paul Michael Glazer, of course.
Oh, and we
What's
still
so weird
have
about a
him, right?
hockey player having to learn to skate? You can play hockey on the lawn too. I had
Well,
to do that in Ireland.
they're not known for their grace. Hockey players are-
We also should
they're not
acknowledge
great
I got
that
it.
skaters.
we should
I got
acknowledge
it.
Happy Gilmore is a great hockey movie too.
By the way, I need to run this.
Yeah, you don't have
No,
to
you-
announce that you're going to
you
interrupt.
don't.
Just do it. Just do it.
You don't have to.
Like
I
in the
don't-
Starsky and Hutch film, when Starsky's like pretending to be a gangster. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I don't like to interrupt people.
Yeah, it's your job. It's part of your job, and it's okay because we all recognize that video just played, so we're going to start back up right on the other side of it. It's not really interrupting. It's doing your job, man. Don't worry about it. Let's see. So, what were some of your favorite points about this film? Let's start with. I'm not going to start with Anima. I'll go to
I
Somebody's
have
Rock
nothing
Band.
to say.
He did not like this
Her-
film.
Her favorite point is that it ends.
It ended. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's a tough question because there's so many good things in it. And it's so accurate for its era and the culture that it was trying to portray and reflect. But there's just so many little bits in it. I mean, I obviously remember. I think most of my favorite moment is the two goalies coming out and fighting each other. Banzai, motherfucker!
Yeah,
But
banzai, motherfucker.
But yeah, just the little things like the Hanson brothers trying to get their quarter back out of their quarter out of the Pepsi machine or whatever is the Coke machine. I want my quarter. You know, what about my quarter?
Oh my God, they're fucking that machine up.
It's
I
so
love the
funny.
insanity of the three brothers because they're just insane.
There's
that
so
was
many
what-
good scenes.
It's like the minute they come in, it's pure chaos.
Yeah.
They
And
live
I
in their own
fucking love it.
private world.
Yes. Like when he walks up, and I've got clips from the movie, Brian, because I knew you would enjoy that. And they're pretty much all Hanson fucking clips because they're my favorite moments
Yeah,
with the Hanson
I just
brothers.
love the two goalies fighting each other. Banzai, motherfucker! It's so
And
funny.
I can do these clips before the film.
And even their own, but when they first send them out and they start beating the shit out of the guy, even their own guys on the bench are going, "These guys are insane."
They are. They're out of their
Their own
fucking minds.
teammates, and they're like,
And the
"What
first sign you get is the Coke machine, and then here after the
Yeah.
aluminum foil, because I still think the aluminum foil is bullshit. I don't think that helps with fighting. So
Well, maybe it
hi,
protects the
Penny.
skin a bit. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just really weird. But here we go. The first clip with the Hanson brothers.
Guys, we all know how to play hockey. Just play it smart. That's right. Get up there and stick 'em. Fuck 'em, Christ, pop on. Show, let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go now.
They're like, what the fuck?
Old time hockey. Old time hockey.
Stick 'em, fuck 'em.
Well, I do have a
I love
favorite
the way
scene,
that-
though. Even though I didn't like the movie, I have a favorite scene.
Okay, what was your favorite scene?
Okay.
Towards the end when he starts stripping. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
How he's
because
just
like
dancing over the ice, getting rid of all his
I
equipment. That was
remember as a
good.
kid, like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he doing that? That was so.
It's his way of
confused.
rebelling against the culture. But I loved it that
He
when he
didn't wanna
starts
fight.
when he starts doing that, the two guys, all the fighters stop fighting, and one of the guys turns and goes, "This is a
Psycho.
disgrace. He's making a disgrace out of this game."
Yeah, the guy with the psycho eyes, man. He's like, you can't do
What?
that. That's a
making this-
disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
That's a
to the game."
disgrace. The referee goes,
After they're punching the
that's
shit
a
out of each
disgrace to
other.
you.
So funny.
Oh man. I
Yeah, as
fucking love
D-Bud's
this movie.
pointing out, you should watch Shoresy if you've never seen it.
I love Shorzy. I'm
Right.
so excited that we're getting a 6th season. It got greenlit for a 6th
Well, they
season.
need the 5th season first because there's only been 4.
Well, wasn't it, then it's a 5th season that got greenlit.
But there's a 6th one,
Yeah,
even
4
better.
seasons. I just finished watching all 4 seasons,
Mhm.
and I'm enjoying the crap out of it. And Shorzy, of course, got his start on the other show,
Letterkenny.
yeah, Letterkenny, and everybody thought like, because like when I first heard that he was going to be playing that character on the show, that it was going to be him, because he's like the main character.
They were very clever in Letterkenny never to show his face, Shorzy.
Yeah.
They never showed his face.
You hear people responding to him,
Yeah.
yelling, "Shut up, Shorzy!"
That's
Shit like that. Fucking funny.
Oh, it's great
And-
stuff. And it's great. It's because hockey is a culture of its own, and that's what
It is.
things like Slapshot and Shorzy are about. And it's a very male culture. Maybe that's why Anima didn't like it. I don't know. It's a very male,
No.
masculine culture, but with its own rules and morals and the bro stuff. And it's Shorzy's got a lot of that. It's even if Shorzy he insults Michaels, the goalie, all the time, but he's still his brother.
I barely have any female friends, Brian. I surround myself with guys because it's just so much more fun to hang out with them. I'm not a girly girl at all.
Oh, I
So
She's
that's not my
feminine.
problem.
She's feminine in all the right ways.
So what didn't you like about the movie? Why didn't you like the movie?
First off, I don't care about hockey.
Okay.
I had to play when I was in Ireland when I was 16 years old. It was on grass, not on ice, but that's one of the sports that I just don't care about. Right up there with boxing and American football. It's just
Which are all
people
sports that I
brutalizing
have
each other.
either-
So
These are all sports I've either played or been in, I was welterweight. I started out welterweight, and we started moving towards Golden Gloves. And I ended up going to the first trials for the Olympics, and I was like, I'm out of here. Because I'm not taking it that seriously.
I was going to say, Gary, welterweight behind the bar, fisticuffing is not really boxing. It's fighting, but whatever.
And it did leave the scars on your face, though, I can see. Yeah.
I have scars on my eyes from it. And I have scars all along here where I've had tears. They're not cuts, they're tears. And I got one here, a mouse on my right eye, but it healed nicely. So no scar from that one. But I got them over my eyelids. But anyway, there's another clip that I really like. I'm going to keep playing this.
We need this win, We got a lot of losses.
Yeah, we got a lot of Let's start making up for it. Start winning. Let's go to the top. At the bottom. That's what we're here for, guys, to win.
Singular of
That
mind.
look on Paul
Single-minded.
Gilman's face, like, the fuck?
They were brought there to be enforcers, fighters, or goons. There's one more nickname. I forgot what it is. But it's basically, we always call them enforcers. And later I learned they're also nicknamed goons. The guys that are brought onto the team to punish the other team if they feel that they've been playing dirty.
Oh,
Or
like in the
somebody's
gym,
playing dirty.
the Hansons don't even wait. They just punish them anyway. They've done anything.
Oh, when they're
or not.
skating, they're fucking skating at the beginning of the fucking match. The match hasn't even started yet. And he
That's right.
fucking
Well, I love the
hits
stuff
that
they do
guy.
on the bench. They they stick the sticks out and slap the guys.
Oh,
coming
they
past
did the
bench.
Three Stooges thing where he's skating by him and sticks the stick out and slaps
That's
the
right,
entire
yeah.
bench with it.
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit.
It's so funny. It's an interesting movie for Paul Newman to take because
And he said that it was
guy. He doesn't make
the
himself.
most fun he ever
doesn't
had,
make-
Brian.
He doesn't make himself look pretty or good looking or charming or
Or
smart.
heroic.
Yeah.
He's clever. That's his thing. He's not smart. He's clever.
The other movie
And
he
he-
was like that in was Nobody's Fool, which is a great movie. And he
Oh, I
doesn't
love
make-
that movie
Oh,
too.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it's a good
similar.
film.
He takes on roles that are very unhandsome leading man.
Absolutely. By the way, here's another clip from the locker room.
Play heads up out there. I mean, let's be smart. Man for man, we're better than any fucking club in the league. And just put our minds to it.
We're number one.
Come on, Braden, our line starts.
They're just just yelling random shit at the same time. It's so fucking funny. And they were brought there for one reason, and he's afraid to put them out there. But finally, he realizes if we're going to win, we got to start playing dirty, playing smarter and dirty. And
there's a lot at stake. They're going to fold. I mean, they're not doing well. So,
and that's the dirty part of the movie when you find out the absolute truth at the end, going into the third act. That we're doing better, and no, I'd make more money just ending you guys. Cutting it down.
All the lies about selling them to Florida or whatever, just to keep the players going. It's all lies.
Keep them energized. Yeah. And he didn't even have to admit to him, which is the thing that shows the quality of his character, because he did not have to admit that. He could have just said that she did this, and they're just going to shut the team down. He could have just thrown her completely under the bus, but he went out there and he was honest with the guys and told them what he did. And I kind of like that about his character.
That's the hockey culture too, of course.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Let me get one more clip in here. I want to do this before we start.
Hi, Coach. Hi, Coach. How are you? You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You can't keep going like that. No way. 2-0.
Brought your cars with you, huh?
Yeah, we're on the road. We're all set to go. Tell us when.
You're fucking insane.
The glamour of professional sports. That's the other thing. It's not glamorous. There's nothing glamorous about what they're doing.
Yeah. And if you didn't see, that was Mephisto in the middle.
Yeah, I'd look exactly like him if I had long hair. And when I did have long hair, I looked exactly like him.
I think I'm going to go out of order with this one. I want to show this one because this is one of my favorite scenes where he's trying to get this goalie to fucking be distracted, and he's trying to get his attention. He can't get his attention. Finally, he races away and then comes back around behind him, and he tells him, your wife likes clamshells. She's a lesbian, and. And he just starts shaking him up. And then this clip just fucking cracks me up. When I remember I was 13 when I saw this, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm watching the dirtiest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Henry! Suzanne sucks pussy!
Suzanne, played by Melinda Dillon, of course, who was in the Captain America movie. She was in the Captain America movie. Sorry. She was in the Captain America movie in 1990, the one that really didn't get released.
The one with Kathy Crosby or whatever her name was?
Was she in that too? I can't remember.
Yeah. I think so.
It was just a little one of these trivia things. Suzanne was Melinda Dillon. She was in a few movies, but I didn't realize she'd been in Slapshot till I did the Captain America movie, streaming it, and thought, oh, that's Melinda Dillon.
Reb Brown. What about him? He follows me on Facebook. And I don't even talk on Facebook. I only talk on Twitter because I can't say anything on Facebook. I still don't trust fucking Facebook. So here's one of those great moments that absolutely is, I don't know. I fucking love the Hanson brothers in this movie. They're just great.
That our flag was still there.
Got my eye on the three of you guys. You pull one thing, you're out of this game. Now I run a clean game here. I have any trouble, I'll suspend you. I'm listening to a fucking song!
See, I told you I look like him.
They give a shit
He's
about
just
something.
losing his shit, man. Yeah. We're listening to the fucking song. I took the music out of that. Only
It's
the
the
vocals
1990 Matt Salinger Captain America. That is correct. That's what Melinda Dillon was in that.
That one. Okay, I know the one then. All right. I like that Captain America.
It's not as bad as it's made out to be.
Yeah, it's a TV movie. Hello, Snorty.
Hey, Snorty.
Who all is here? Let's see. Tom Baker is here. D. Bud Martin, Penny, Bush, and now Snortapoop. Snortapoopus Cuber. Have we had any good comments in chat? It is, Tom, and if you haven't seen it, dude, go see it. It is one of my favorite sports films. I like sports movies, period. And I love that this team is just a bunch of underdogs, and they find a very creative way of trying to become winners. It's sort of the same thing they do in Shoresy. Because Shoresy's confronted by the same problem.
We will never lose again.
We will never lose again.
Give your balls a tug.
I love his accent too, by the way.
And he speaks like this.
Yeah, he's got such a high voice.
Your mother's so swampy. Not even Ducks Unlimited will touch her.
I love that they keep the insults in like they had in Letterkenny, because just the fucking ongoing onslaught of insults was incredible.
Sequences where he's taking the piss out of the high school kids all the time are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so you get that in the Shoresy series. He's got the high school hockey team, and he's a referee.
Yeah, and he's always going about their banging their mothers.
Yeah. The only thing that makes me sad for you is that I got to take this same shit off of your best friend's mother too.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's a grown adult, and he's taking the referee in a high school hockey game, and he's mercilessly mocking them. That's how low he's sunk.
Brutal. And I don't know. I find it so fucking funny. The drug abuse in it, annoyed me at first, but I'm like, it's not my culture. I'm just going to enjoy this. Because you had a lot of people there doing the drugs and shit. And I'm like, they did that even in Letterkenny. It's the marijuana episode where they end up taking out the drug dealer. I can't remember. And then the one kid ends up liking the bad girl, drug dealer girl. It was a weird episode.
Shut the fuck up, Sangonet.
Yep, Sangonet.
Give your balls a tug.
But I don't know if we'll ever talk about Shoresy or anything, because we try to stick to movies on here. But boy,
I did a whole stream on it, which was
I would love
fun.
to just do something like that. Get you and Brahma over here to talk about it, because Brahma's a fan, right? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it's a very that Shoresy and Letterkenny are, to me, more of a true representation of Canada than all the wacky doodles that you see these days. It's the real working class, blue collar, small town Canada that's never seen. Because all you see is the big town liberal.
They're not one of the big leagues. They are a small league. They're in one of the smaller leagues, and it's all they got.
Well, the towns. I mean, I'm just talking about the towns, not the league that they're playing in, but just Canada, small town, rural, working class Canada. That's a truer representation of it than.
But I think that goes along with what I'm talking about with the teams, because the teams are small town too.
Well, they're just playing a beer league. It's just a beer league Shoresy plays, and the senior whale shit hockey, as he calls it. It's like beer league. It's nothing, but it still means the world to them and their town.
That's the center of their universe. Yeah,
you go to these games. I go to my little town here, heavily attended, and it's a whole family thing. Everyone's there, and it's centerpiece of the town. Their hockey.
I have a goal, because we have hockey here too in Springfield, and in the stadium next to it, that's the Springfield Cardinals stadium. So we have farm league, or AA baseball, and we've got hockey right next door, and it's just fun. You can go to those sports. I intend to take Anima to those things, just so she can get a real taste of Americana. Okay, I love
the real thing. It's the real thing.
He just starts fucking slashing him. He fucking pokes him in the chest.
Well, I've got those clips if you need them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind them, because I didn't grab those. But I love this opening scene. It's just fucking great. The dude with the toupee.
I know, but look at the fashions. It's just it's such fun.
Yeah, he explains what icing is and all this other shit. And this, of course, is the guy from, I'm assuming he's from Quebec.
He is.
And he's playing stupid, because the guy explains it and he says, but you don't do that. And he's like, you don't do that? I'm like, course you don't. You shouldn't. That
English
interview was
pig.
weird.
So I will share them. I'm sharing one now. It just depends when you want to watch it.
All right, here we go.
Ice sticking happen when the guy take the stick, when he go like that. You don't do that.
You don't do that.
Oh, no, never, never.
Why not?
Against the rules. You're stupid when you do that. Just some English pig with no brain
Dennis,
at all.
Some English pig.
Against the rules. Not because it's bad. It's against the rules. Because you might hurt somebody.
And I'll play this clip real quick here.
That was a bad mistake.
Riot hits him with a fucking keychain. And then, of course, they do find the guy, and one dude starts beating the shit out of him. Jeff starts beating the shit out of him. And the Hanson brothers, no, it's not that guy. It's that guy.
Yeah.
I got the right guy. Yeah.
I think we should get into this. Just a thought.
No, Jeff, no! It's the other guy!
No, Jeff, no, it's the other guy. No, that was the guy.
It's funny.
And of course,
Funny stuff.
when you see the referee, that's something I was wanting to ask you. It's like, what's with the red stripes?
Oh, I don't know. Can't remember. Red
Because
stripes. This is a
all the
question I've
refs
been
I've
asked
ever seen are
before.
in black. They have the black and white stripes. And I'm
Yeah,
like, what
I
the
don't
fuck
know.
is a red and white stripe?
Not sure.
Maybe it's to do with the league, or maybe it's they used to have red stripes because of the
I don't know. And I
white
was something
hockey
I was kinda
ring? I
hoping
don't know.
Brian would know, but
Nope.
because I was thrown by that. I was like, I've never known, and I don't know. To this
I mean,
day.
I would
What the fuck's that?
never claim that I'm an expert because I only really got into the game in the late 90s. So I wasn't born and brought up with it, but it's a status thing, I'm assuming. Like, that's the referee, the others are linesmen. You know what I mean? It's a status thing. He's the boss.
The Scottish don't play hockey, do they?
Well, they do. It's just not at the same level. I mean, there is a UK professional league and there are Scottish teams in it, but it's not an enormously popular game. So you're talking like junior level at best. There are NHL players that can't make it. They go over there. It's nothing.
The
It's
Scottish
it's
National
played.
League
It's not unknown. It's
is an
not
ice
that
hockey league
widespread.
based in Scotland,
Yeah.
comprising of 7 teams.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
I never knew that.
Hey, Zax. Well, when I was in
I
Ireland
think we're
in
having some
Dublin in the
technical problems,
90s,
or I'm having some technical problems
hockey was very popular for girls.
because it's not showing, as Joe said, things are not showing on the screen,
happened to me yesterday too.
and I
Not
can't hear
yesterday,
anyone
2 days
now.
ago. It's
I
a
could see.
StreamYards thing.
Weird.
StreamYard does some fucked up shit, and it's all on
yeah.
StreamYard.
Yeah, especially for guests. Like whoever's like admin or producer or moderator can see everything, but sometimes we can't. Like I can't see anything. Just
Let me tell you something. I'm
just
the
the
admin.
background.
I'm the admin. I'm sharing the slideshow, and even I couldn't see it.
See?
Yeah, I couldn't see the video.
I remove it, load it again, and I can see it. Let me check out.
It says it's playing, and I can't see it either.
And it's not.
Are you guys seeing
even
it
in YouTube?
on
Nope.
YouTube?
No.
Bizarre.
When it's bugged, when it's really bugged, we can't see it here, but the YouTube people can. Or at least the guests could.
Okay, I'll try.
Somebody tell Brian to maybe drop the studio and come back in.
No, listen. No,
And maybe
try it.
you should leave too, Martin, and come back.
Okay, unceremoniously fire on air. I'll be back.
No, nobody's told Brian.
We all have
We're-
the same ways.
We're not
to tell
allowed
them.
to use the private chat, I've heard.
Yeah, it's verboten. It's just for the names.
Okay, let's see. Yes. Where were we?
I can see it.
Yeah, it's back.
Yeah, you're fine. And it always led to that joke I've always made, which is I went to a boxing match last night, and halfway through the fight, it broke out into a hockey match. Only people who know hockey understand that joke.
I know hockey enough to know that's funny. I'm sorry I'm not laughing. I'm tired.
That's all right. Now, Michael Ontkean is plays the part of Ned, the guy who's the nonconformist teammate, doesn't want to fight. He's not being nice to his wife. And I'm not sure by the end, I can't remember, did he straighten his relationship out with his wife? I think that was just it. When he went naked, he took all his clothes off. He started, winning her over.
Of the names. Billy, Charlebois.
Are you hearing us better now, Brian?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay.
It all went...
it's streaming.
Memories aloft. It went memories aloft.
Tits up.
Wiggle my ticket. It's just packed full of funny shit. It's so funny.
And it's so great to see him in the film, Strother Martin, Paul Newman, because they had such great relationship, even though it was horrible. They did it so well with Cool Hand Luke.
Mm.
And Strother is one of those actors who is just not utilized enough in film, in my opinion, because he's a character actor. It's what he's best at.
He was the J.T. Walsh of his generation.
Jimmy Stewart once said about him that they were doing a scene together, and all of a sudden he had like a ball in one hand and some thread or a string in the other, a pencil, maybe not a ball, maybe a pencil. But either way, because he had two objects, and Stewart just stopped the scene. Now Strother can have one or the other. Because if he's allowed to have both those items, no one's going to even notice I'm in the scene. And I think that's probably one of the best compliments to Strother's physical acting. Because he just was really good at physical acting. He's one of the best parts of not the shootist, True Grit. He's the guy that she keeps threatening with her attorney Daggett.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that bit now. Yeah, I do love Paul Newman's fashion sense in this. His character with the fur-lined jacket.
Yeah, the fur-lined jacket. Yeah, and his fucking muscle car, man.
Yeah, yeah. See, I know this is meant to be based upon the North American Hockey League, but I always felt Paul Newman's character was based upon Bobby Hull and the when he joined the World Hockey Association. I think he's kind of like him in the way his character, his real life persona was perceived, Bobby Hull. So it's a little bit of a crossover. He's like the Bobby Hull of this league.
What was the other hockey player? Because he brings him up about playing a good game. Was it Shore that he brings up later?
No, he mentions the old Toe Blake. It's an old time guy.
I just know that he brings up an old time hockey player that he started with when he was just coming up.
It's Toe Blake, I think. I think it's Toe Blake, who's like way back. I mean, you're talking playing in the 30s.
Real hockey.
Yeah, old time hockey. Old time hockey. Toe Blake, old time hockey.
And then they get their asses handed to them by the psychos because the other team just basically packed the team with enforcers. Psychotic
Yeah, well,
enforcers.
that's right. They're trying to play old-time hockey and they're getting the shit kicked out of them.
Right.
Which is a stupid plan if the other team isn't going to play all-time hockey too.
Well, they didn't know that until they got there.
But it was an arms
Everybody
race.
played dirty all the
It was
time.
an arms race escalation caused by the Chiefs who got the Hansen bills, so everybody else had to arm up in response.
Yeah.
So you couldn't go back from that. There's no going back.
Exactly.
There's the Coke machine, yeah. I want my quarter.
He goes, hey, I got my quarter back. Gets all excited.
English and profanity. That's a good
Is he the one who's
And
such a
the
pussy?
F-bomb gets dropped a lot in this film.
Oh, yeah. It's a grown-up movie.
And that's why I liked, even though my dad kidnapped me. I love the fact that he couldn't find someone to watch me, nor could afford it. So if he wanted to go see a movie, he had to take me. Which is why I got to see movies like Serpico, Slapshot, Walking Tall. I was a little kid watching these fucking movies, loving them. My dad had one of those crazy hats that Strother Martin had there with the fur hat with the feather, Swiss style hat, the feather sticking out.
Yeah.
There's Emmett Walsh, famous for
that's right. Emmett Walsh is in this, yeah.
He's the news sports writer.
But this, I mean, growing up in Scotland where we knew nothing about hockey particularly, I knew about this movie. I'd seen this movie. Yeah, so this was what hockey was to me. Oh, that's Slapshot. That's hockey.
Did it make you want?
It didn't
Did it
make
make
me
you
want to
want to watch hockey?
Well, we did kind of. But I think not particularly. It didn't really make. But you couldn't even I'm talking the late 70s here, when this movie was on TV for the first time. There was no hockey on. I couldn't have found hockey to watch. They had tiny compilations on sports shows in the UK of the fights. That was it. It's not like I could go out and stream hockey. This is the 70s we're talking. So yeah, even if I
BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, and BBC Four.
Well, ITV and Channel 4. But yeah,
that's right, ITV.
Yeah, but even if I'd wanted to watch it, you couldn't watch it. But this movie was like, well, that's hockey. That's what hockey's all about. And it was. Yeah, beating each other up, but also a camaraderie and a set of rules and a bro code.
Yeah, the fighting would take place when somebody felt somebody did something dirty. And it would just boil over. And I love it. You'd just see them throw their hands. And what they're doing is they're throwing the gloves off. Because you can't block or punch with those fucking gloves on.
Also, this is in the era where they still didn't have visors or even helmets, most of them.
Right.
Yeah. When you think
so
about
many
it, it's
fucking
crazy.
Yeah, so much brain trauma from that period.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Imagine the game is faster now. Yeah, you could still get hurt pretty bad then, but it's a lot faster now. So
and people think that with the more padding, that it protects you more, but the fact is, it causes them to hit you harder.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's more brutal.
And therefore, guys who do guys that do dirty shit feel they can get away with it more. No.
Mm-hmm. It's called escalation. But I love that there's this kind of quasi love story within this film. But even by the end of the film, it's like he is not getting his wife back. He doesn't understand he's not getting her back.
Nope.
She still loves him, but she is moving on.
Well, he's not a loser, but he's just not going anywhere, is he? I mean, he's not going anywhere. This is his life.
Happy
this
doing what
team.
he does.
Yeah, this junior team is his life. Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's a loser, but he has no ambition, really. He's comfortable where he is.
That's right.
Yep. He's a coach player. And I don't know how many teams allow that, coach players.
Oh, it's quite common, I think, in junior level.
Well, he's still young enough, yeah, but he looks old compared to the other guys.
He does. Well, then that's what I said. As
You live for another 40 years.
As Shorzy would say, it's senior whale shit hockey.
Yeah. And, he did, I think, all of his own stunts in this, which I thought's fantastic. And so many of these actors that they brought in, the unknowns, were actually hockey players. They actually played hockey.
There's a few of them in there. Some of them are from the North American Hockey League, but Bruce Boudreau is one of them, who's still a well-known in hockey player than a coach. And he coaches a lot of teams. Bruce Boudreau is one. There's a couple of others.
Now, Brad Sullivan plays Wanchuk. He's the overly sexed character in the film, always talking about tits and vagina and just dirty, always making dirty comments. And a lot of guys might not recognize that guy, but he is one of the accountants from the movie The Untouchables, where Sean Connery, they're in the cabin, and Connery picks that dead guy up and puts the gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. And then the guy just starts chattering off information. I'll talk. That's him.
All right.
Same actor. Not very well known, but he's been in quite a few films.
I lose my blouse. The French Canadian thing's funny because of the way he says things.
Now, I want to point out that the screenplay was written by a woman, Nancy Dowd, and it's based in part on her brother Ned Dowd's experiences playing minor league hockey in the U.S. in the early 70s. And at the time, violence, especially in low minors, was a selling point of the game.
Absolutely.
Dowd would call his sister from various towns, Utica, Syracuse, Syracuse, New Haven, and tell me how he was being beaten up and having his teeth knocked out, end quote. And that she told the New York Times, quote, that sort of fascinated me. So Dowd was living in Los Angeles when she got a call from Ned, a member of the Johnstown Jets. He gave her the bad news that the team was up for sale. Dowd spent a month with this team doing research for the movie. She worked her own notes and from tape recordings that her brother had made for her in the locker room or on the team bus to hear the kind of shit that was being said. She was paid $50,000 for the screenplay, which took 4 months to complete and was present during the entire filming process for any potential rewrites. So that's fantastic. That a woman was such a fan of her brother in hockey,
and
she wrote. No,
sorry,
go ahead,
I want to say, yeah, Brian, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it seems to me, and unless you were there, you would know that it's extremely authentic as a result, because there are connections to it. Yeah,
absolutely.
I was going to say, no matter who the writer is, man or woman, it's the whole point of experiencing things for yourself in terms of ideas for a story, or if you're trying to do something that is inspired by something else that you don't necessarily know. But if you dive deep into it, you have more chance of getting the authenticity of the thing, even if you didn't experience it for yourself. Like people who write about wars don't necessarily go to wars and like write about them. Like John Milius didn't actually experience everything like in Apocalypse Now. But it's
Stephen Crane the same way. Stephen Crane never was in the war, the Civil War. But he wrote about the Civil War.
Research, talking to people, like diving into the subject, rather than just looking at a wiki page or a book and writing about it as a script.
Well, it's all about the interviews, because that's what Crane pointed out, because he would go to the old soldier homes and read highlights from his book, The Red Badge of Courage. And veterans swore up and down he had served because nobody could be that accurate in what the Civil War combat was like. And he just interviewed these guys and listened to them. And that's all he did, and you can write about anything if you do your due diligence. So I agree with you, Mev. Absolutely agree with you.
And that's on the one hand. On the other hand is executives in the studios trying to curtail what you wrote and just losing that authenticity. And somewhere along the way,
that's intervention. And what's the other word for that,
needs
Brian?
To be a balance, and there used to be
interference.
It depends. The problem is it's always been like that. It's not like in recent years, but the movies that do get like stand the test of time, regardless if they bombed or not in the box office. Those who stand the test of time, you'll notice that whenever authenticity is the requirement of what story you're telling, and the writer did his due diligence, and it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, again,
right?
It comes off better when you rewatch it again, and you're like, oh, they captured a moment, or they've captured the essence of a story.
Right.
So, and I think it's been lost a little bit and really whitewashed because of too much intervention. Executives are less creative and more business oriented, or not business oriented, but more like, I don't want to lose money rather than be truthful to the story and taking a chance a little bit. Nobody wants to take a chance and lose money. And they lose money anyway.
And by the way, we have not.
That's the irony, isn't it, Mephisto?
Yeah,
it is the irony anyway.
Yeah.
So we didn't play the video. We owe our buddy Kyle a video. So here you go.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle.
That's for Zach's. All right. So
he played it earlier, but nobody can see it.
He played it. Yeah, I could.
A pair of monkey Jeebuses.
I prefer the Mad Martigans.
Well, we didn't want to do that because it's clearly we've stolen so many ideas from our friends over there.
Although the monkey Jeebuses do have a more fleshy
they're round.
look to them.
He's got a round top that really looks like the boob top. It works. And I miss when he's not around.
I said I was a dyke. A great line.
Because this is the hockey, the other hockey team's goalie's wife. That he's telling him she's a dyke. She likes the suck pussy. It's like, oh my god, he just wants to fuck with him so bad, and that's what he's best at. He likes getting in people's heads.
It's also a great reflection of the times with all these mills closing, and it's a very accurate representation of these towns.
Because if the mills close, the team goes.
Like a prequel to the Deer Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense. But yeah, one thing in town was the mill. The only other thing they've got is their hockey team. That's it.
I do like this movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where she says something to him about liking that and stuff, and he's like hiding under the blanket, not wanting to talk about it. Yeah, the Chiefs fold, it's like that's what they're facing, and so he creates the lie. And because he convinces the sports reporter that it's really happening, even though it's not.
Maybe he thought he could meme it into reality, so to speak.
Yeah. Put a fire underneath the team's ass, put a fire underneath the owner's ass.
The interesting thing is that the idea of a team moving to Florida might have seemed outlandish then, but of course it actually happened and they became very successful.
Yeah. By the way, I love when Emmett Walsh's daughter comes in and tattles on her brother. Says, "She called me a pussy." I was like, what the fuck? That would have been an ass beating in my house. Because I did. I called my sister that. Got my ass beat for it. Fifth place team. Well, I'm going to change that. Here we go. He's trying to get his attention throughout the fucking match. Gets him so fucking riled up. The guy, when he gets put in the penalty box, he fucking leaves the goal and fucking rushes him and fucking attacks him in the penalty box. It's like, what the fuck? That guy is angry. Because the inference is that because his wife is a lesbian, it makes him gay.
Yes, yes. And it could
Somehow,
be true.
In their fucking minds, that's how some people think. And it's like, how did you jump to that conclusion? Oh, well.
Or he's just so bad that he's made her gay. It's such a poor
Right.
lover.
He's so bad he made her gay. Because I'll tell you what, my first girlfriend, I'm still friends with her, Kelly Sullivan, little red-haired girl. And I'd noticed since 5th grade, finally I worked up the nerve to ask her out, and we went steady, as they call it back then. She's not really dating. You don't have that kind of freedom. So you go steady in school, and occasionally you get, your parents will take you to McDonald's or some shit and let you have a date. But she ended up leaving school and disappeared on us. Couldn't figure out why. And she had moved in with an adult woman, and discovered that she was gay. And I remember telling my best friend, Mike Beatty, going, did I make her go gay?
I wouldn't be surprised, Gary. I mean, it's
Not always about you, Jesus.
You're not.
Yeah,
that
but I thought I
powerful.
did something. You think you did something wrong, you start judging yourself. By the way, the character Ned in this.
You let our side down. You let our side down.
I did want to point out that the character's name is Ned in this, played by Ontkean. And very good actor, by the way, still acting.
Ned Braden.
He plays Ned Braden. Ned is named after what's her name? Nancy Dowd's brother. He's named after Nancy's screenwriter's brother. Ned.
I love it. Nailed him in his mind. I remember it in my head. Yeah, Michael I can never pronounce that name. Ontkean?
Ontkean. Yeah. It's Ontkean. And he's a very good actor. He was one of those young, handsome actors. And I thought he played this character really good. He's fucking cold fish, man, to his wife. He and this is where she's watching him put the make on another girl. And so he says, why don't we go back to my place? We can fool around. He's just such a fly by the seat of his pants guy, It's just like, well, they're fucking around. Let's go fuck around. We'll show him. And she keeps asking, what's that statue of that dog?
That's right. Well, there's always a random statue wherever you go in America.
Yeah, it was the dog that saved everybody from that town's big flood. Saved a bunch of people.
There's usually a dog that saves somebody from a flood, or a dog that warned people about a volcano, or...
Hold on, go back, Martin. I just love that. She just gets up and walks away, and his arm is still wrapped around where she was. He gets up and down. Look at that look. Yeah, didn't make it, did you, buddy?
See, this is why I like him playing kind somewhat against type. He's certainly not been the smooth, handsome leading man.
He's not the winner.
No. And he's so good at it. He plays the part so well. Such a good actor.
Yeah, Nobody's Fool is really kind of like the same thing.
What
was that movie he did with Richard Jekyll? Richard Jekyll drowns. It's a logging family. God damn, I love that fucking movie.
We tend to forget what a good actor he was because of his leading man status.
Yeah, it kind of ruins things for some actors, and some actors let it ruin them. There's that guy right there. He was the money guy for Capone in Untouchables, the guy with the sunglasses. Right. He's a scumbag. But I told Anima, I said, every team has somebody like that. The oversexed guy.
You saw like Florida retirement communities. It's the seniors or the attraction.
Yeah, it's like a senior community wants to buy the team. What?
It's an early example of using the media for misinformation and propaganda.
Yeah.
And it
Showing
worked.
how it works.
Oh,
I'll be skating in Florida. Cut off my balls.
Here's to the sap that would buy the Chiefs. Yeah. Yeah. Indeed.
Oh, and this is where he works the kid. He's keeps looking back for him when he sees him coming. He acts like, oh man. He goes, what's the matter? And he tells him some bullshit. And it ends up causing the kid to get into a fight. Because that's what he wants to do. He wants to get him to fight. He's trying to find the buttons to push for each player to let loose.
Kind of like the Rob Lowe character in Youngblood. He's not a fighter, and that's costing him. It's costing him his game. You know, it's costing him the chance to be a great player.
I'm going to watch this movie, Brian. Thanks for bringing it up.
Pretty good. I do have a hard time buying Rob Lowe as a hockey player, but that's, at least Patrick Swayze's his brother. Swayze's his brother, at least. So that wasn't. And Keanu Reeves is in it for a short appearance. But it's pre-fame Keanu, of course.
I like his sports movies.
He was a hockey player in real life. He did play hockey, so.
I loved him in that football movie he did with Gene Hackman. The Replacements. I like that
it's a great movie.
I haven't seen it.
He's trying to sew his lip, and the guy won't stop talking. Oh my God, bastard! Yeah, and what's so funny is they're so gnarly when they're in the game, but they're so sweet.
Childlike,
off the ring.
Childlike,
kids. Yes, they are. They're like little children.
They're racing cars.
Yeah.
So you brought your own cars with you? Yeah.
Naive, almost. They're naive in many respects. And childlike, but apart from this one thing. Here we go. They're on the ice now.
And they're doing proper hockey skating.
Yeah. But this is when shit warms up now. This shit really begins in this movie.
Yeah, this is it. This is the beginning of the fucking insanity of the shit that happens. And he loves it because they're bringing the game alive for the team.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's not buying it. He knows it's all a fucking front. He calls him out on the Florida deal, too. I know that's bullshit. I think that's part of my problem with the whole film. My frustration is with Ned because Ned's just such not a team player. And I always had problems with guys that weren't team players. And it's my one beef. He's such a non-team player. I'll make you points, but I ain't going to fight. Remember that conversation when he says that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll score points, but I'm not going to fucking fight for you.
This announcer's great. Is
my
Paul
God.
Dooley? Is that Paul Dooley? I know Paul Dooley's in it, but
I don't think so. But the guy is great. I love that he's got the fucking weave on. I also love the organist who ends up wearing a helmet because he gets fucking. The Hansons can't fucking shoot where they're shit, and it shows the Hansons hit a puck up into the organist window, and he gets nailed in the head. So for the rest of the fucking movie, he's got a fucking helmet on. I just don't. What is with the red stripes?
Now, one of them has got black. Look.
Two of them, which I'm assuming, like in football, they're like field judges. But I'm trying to figure out what the red stripes mean.
Well,
I tried to look for it. I couldn't find it.
There's no such thing. Yeah, there's no such thing in reality. You might get an armband, but not stripes.
Yeah, I only saw the armband, but the armband is quite new. It's like in the last 25 years or so. Something
and what is
like
that?
that.
What does the armband mean?
So
seniority.
They have black stripes, but on the sides, the there's armbands that are red or it's bright orange, kind of.
Oh, I just found out.
Oh, okay.
Miff, here it is. In the 1970s, World Hockey Association referees wore red and white striped sweaters.
Well, Google didn't tell me that.
I used Brave.
Hey, a nice little video clip lined up if anyone's interested.
Oh, shit, yeah. Let's pull them up. Jesus.
It's not relevant, but it's still neat.
You got another one?
I've got another one. I'll get it in a minute. Yeah.
I love the one where they're
gotta find
doing the
them all.
circles. The first time the Hansons do something, they're doing circles, and he fucking sees this one guy. I'm assuming is the forward, and he's just Hanson gives him one of the brothers give him a stink eye. They go around. He comes around the second time. He fucking just clocks him, and this is before the match even started.
Here's one actually from Slapshot.
Oh, that wasn't from. Okay.
I don't think it was.
Oh my God! Yeah. And the guy collapses. I love the guy just collapses to the ice.
Yeah, I think the other one might have been from Goon. I'm not sure, but I got more. I got a few more.
Pull another one up, man. Oh crap! It's not showing again, Martin.
Oh, is that? It's probably because it must be something to do with me sharing video. Then, well, how
I don't know.
affect it? I don't know, but
it's them. I'm telling you, it's
no. They've implemented that new scene thing on StreamYards. Kind of looks like what EV Mux has, but
it doesn't, and it's broken.
Yeah, because fucking biting.
Maybe the other one was from Slapshot, the goalies. I can't remember.
Yeah, the other one was from Slapshot too.
It was too. Yeah, I've got so many of these clips from different movies. But I love it. Banzai, motherfucker.
Oh, so you figured a way to outwit it. Nice, Martin.
Yes, you just have to change the position of the elements.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to change the position. It helps with the knees.
That's what she said.
Yeah, you move from 68 to 69 and then back again to 70.
I never realized that those were actual positions too, either side of it.
There's 147.
You just hear this one conversation one day. Baby, what the fuck is a 72?
It's a cartwheel with one leg up. And you're like, what the hell is a cartwheel? What do you mean cartwheel? Do I have to bring in props? What?
Got to be careful because you could accidentally be castrated.
Well, I've only known about the positions because I read the book of Kama Sutra when I was 11. That's way too early to find.
I learned it later. I was 15. I was 4 years later. I read it in high school, and I'm like, the fuck? And I'm like, I'm like, can you do that and not snap your dick off?
How did you get your hands on that book at 11, Meth?
I was a very nosy kid.
Okay.
No computer.
And your parents had that at home? Jesus.
I didn't read it. I wrote it.
Wait a minute. It couldn't be 11. It's either 9 or 10.
That's way too fucking early.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not like a predator or anything.
When I was in middle school,
way too early. Way too early.
Well,
like I was.
I'm right there with you because I had sex at 13.
Well, good for you.
I shouldn't have. No, I shouldn't have. Because it really freaked me out. It did. It traumatized me because I was not prepared for what happened. And but I remember in middle school there was this kid, and I called him a dildo in front of everybody. I said, whatever, dildo. And this upperclassman goes, you don't even know what a dildo is. And I'm sitting up on the rails. They're still there at that school, those rails we used to sit on. I said, sure I do. That guy. And I pointed at the guy I called a dildo, and everybody laughed. And then after everybody was gone, I'm sitting there with Jim and my two best friends. And I'm like, what the fuck is a dildo? It's a cool word. I like the word, but I don't know what it is. So we went and found out what it was. And it broke my fucking brain. I'm like, why does a fake penis exist? Why does that exist? Aren't there enough guys? I was really confused.
But it's great that over the years you've come to terms with it, Gary.
Finally, thank God. Anna was the one that explained everything to me. She gave me the birds and bees and stuff.
Shut the fuck up. Don't drag me to your dirty stuff.
I had a glossy picture from a news magazine, not Playboy, but some other news magazine with a bare-breasted Samantha Fox, which I kept for a long, long time. And the first time I encountered that was 8. So, yeah.
Samantha Fox was hot.
Samantha Fox.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Well, I made a post about that the other day. You know,
Wish.
it's like some lefty woman, and I said, who cares about her? When I was, you know, in the 80s, we had Samantha Fox.
Oh yeah,
to beat off to, and
I'd like to wear the fox hat.
You filthy bastard. Hold on, let me respond to this question. Tom, there you go. I've seen Quintet. It's an okay film. It was one of the first, again, with typical freak out everybody. We're going to have another ice age, and that's what Quintet was about. Was an ice age coming up, and Paul Newman's in it. I think John Huston's in it too, as I recall. I remember seeing it when it came out, and I liked it. It's just not one of my favorite films. I didn't think it was that good a sci-fi film. Samantha Fox is married to a woman. Yeah, because no man's good enough.
No. No way.
You
have to look for the British Samantha Fox.
Yeah, the British Page 3 girl.
Page 3 girl.
Yeah. There's first of all, there's another. I discovered that way later in my life. There's a 70s Samantha Fox porn actress. By the way, she is sort of the complete opposite of Samantha Fox because she's small-breasted and brunette. And I think there's an American actress that is called Samantha Fox that she's done a few movies, but I don't remember her face. But there's definitely an American Samantha Fox.
Wait a minute. Maybe that's right, though. Actually, yes. She is now married to a woman.
Really?
The Samantha Fox, yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm more aroused or not.
Well, like I said, no dick was good enough for her.
I guess.
Well, there you go. She did come out as okay. Well, I mean, okay, I'm still open to photographic evidence. I mean,
Wait a minute. Now that opens up a nice little threesome here.
I get nothing against that.
only in my dreams as a young boy.
Yes, we're very broad-minded here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I look, we may as well play this at this point because I think it's more fitting after this conversation.
Henry! Suzanne sucks pussy!
Exactly. Exactly.
I love the emphasis on sucks.
The malicious glee in his voice as he says it. Yeah, it's funny.
What a great fucking movie. I'm serious. I'm sorry Enema did not enjoy the film as much as I love this one too. Because he's like, should we get involved with this? And the guy just gives him a look like, no. Why are you?
And then again, this shit actually happened in the past. Players going into the crowd and making fights.
Oh no. I've seen it happen. I've seen
Boston,
because there's a lot of direct interaction people don't know about happens in hockey between hockey players and the people up in the stands. They'll fuck with them right back. They'll fuck with the audience. The audience will yell shit to them, and they'll fuck with the crowd. And sometimes it gets fucking ugly.
Well, indeed, there was I think was it Boston, the Bruins players in the 70s, they all piled up into the crowd and started beating them up. I think it was the Bruins, and forgive me, Bruins fans.
Sounds like something the Bruins would do. I love this scene with the cops. Because I think if he tried, he could have kept him from being arrested. But I think being arrested was something good for the team, for the news.
Well, it's all publicity.
Yeah, that's what he sees it as, publicity.
Yeah, it was Boston. It was the Boston players. They went into the crowd, hitting the guy with his shoe. They were hitting the guy with his shoe and all sorts.
They were, when I was younger, they were the ones that brawled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And people go, well, it's because they're from Boston. It's like, Boston didn't just have Boston people in there. They're like any other sport. They have people from all over, including Canada. Just they seem to populate that team with guys who had no trouble with violence.
I'm just watching a clip of it now. Yeah, they're up there. They're caking their sticks. They're beating a guy with his own shoe. It's the players are doing this.
His own shoe.
Oh my God.
Hey,
there it is.
And you still owe him 5 from
yeah, I know. He knows. He knows that. He messaged me twice about it last night. Oh, he's not letting go. He's a dog with a bone right now about me being gay.
Well done, Tim. Well done.
Be grateful he doesn't charge you with interest.
Yeah.
It's the funny thing about you, Gary. You're so straight that you're gay. That's what it is. You've just gone 360 degrees. It's weird.
Oh my God.
Right before you begin.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
I'm not sure I'm going to give them all 30 minutes tonight or today, so I might split that up. You know. And by the way, this will be the last time we take super chats for this. Because YouTube takes way too much out of it. So I'm doing all this gay shit for dimes. If I'm going to do gay shit, I want all of it.
Yeah, what's the better way to do it, Gary? Patreon?
No, it's stream elements.
Stream elements, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe Gary does want to take all of it. That is true.
I want all of it. If I'm going to take it, I want all of it. Not just
I was going to say, you were talking about fights, but I had to go to the restroom. I think that someone said that Canadians and hockey fit very well because Canadians are pretty decent and nice people, but they've got so much pent up anger, so it has to go somewhere. So hockey is pretty perfect for them. Mm-hmm. Where it's
an outlet for them.
An established amount of time, you can get all your aggressions out, like severe aggressions out.
Setting,
and then when the game's over, you're like, we can go back to being nice.
See, that's all. The stereotype of them being nice isn't true.
Yeah,
anyway.
I know.
But yes, I get it.
But it works within the confines of the joke.
Strother Martin is representing in this film.
Mm-hmm.
His character is gay. You find out by the end of the film that his character is gay. So I'm proud of that.
Oh, no, it has begun again.
Begun again.
Begun again.
Actually,
it's a good time for me to dip out before I go crazy.
Yeah,
no, I need to sleep.
Dude.
I said I'll be here for about an hour, and I spent a little bit more than that.
Oh, you stayed longer anyway.
Mephisto can't handle gay Gary.
I can. Like I said, Gary, I just know too many people who talk like that without being paid. And it just gets to me sometimes. I can withstand about 20 seconds. Anyway,
you can't handle my heat.
My Guatemalaness.
Yeah,
Guatemalaness.
My Guatemalaness, my natural heat. Anyway, I have to go to sleep. Bye, everybody. Bye, Brian.
Bye,
Martin.
man. Good to see you.
Anima, Gary. Love you all. Love you all in the chat.
Love you too,
We'll see
man.
you later.
And sometimes I love you in a gay way. Oh, he didn't hear me. Oh, well. Somebody message him. Tell him I love him.
That's why
Listen
he
here.
left on time.
You heart him.
Oh, God.
I love that her character is just not into the other bitches in this movie. I've got to do this, Brian. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes.
I don't know what you're doing. I can't tell any difference.
You can't tell the difference?
No.
Okay, then everything's good. The Anima started this shit again. When are we going to start doing this gay thing again where you get paid to be gay? And Tim's like, I want this.
That was behind the scenes. That was not live. So that was not me starting that.
Because somebody said it during the show, and I said, well, I don't want to do the super sticker, super chat thing because it doesn't work right. And then, boom, they're doing it. And I'm like, well, fuck. Sometimes they just start doing it. They just start doing it. Don't tell me what to be, bitch. I'm gay. I can say that.
You're so gay. You probably think this song is
You only get away with this because you're gay for me.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
Oh. There you go. Message delivered.
What was so great the other day is that Shane Moore, somebody who I've on television admitted, we admitted that we spooned.
Oh, his timing was perfect to show up just as we were pulling that shit off. On national TV.
It was on national television. We went on this talk show and acting gay for each other. It was funny as hell. We were so drunk. There's a lot of things you'll do when you're drunk. By the way, another thing I want to say that's really nice about this movie is the soundtrack. And of course, they got the Dirt Brown Cowboy himself, Elton John, singing at least one song. Because sorry is the hardest word.
Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Hardest word, something like that.
Well, not for Canadians. They say sorry all the time.
It's not sorry, it's sorry.
Oh, okay. There's a difference.
It's my corpse. I saw him first.
You, I guess.
Our lettering is so bright, I can't even see what was going
I know,
on.
I
in that
can't see
scene.
that. See what's going on.
What's happening there? I think that was Paul Newman.
Glamour of the tour bus.
Prettiest damn blue eyes you ever seen. Wrote an entire song about that. Yeah, she's got a boy's haircut. She needs to look like a girl because she's turning me on.
The glamour of the junior hockey circuit. Like the small bands touring, indie bands touring. Get the fuck out.
And he puts this little seed in her head. Maybe you should leave him. And so she shows up at his place the next day. Like, I'm moving in. I left him. And of course, he uses this as leverage against
Yes.
Ned.
Yeah, I've always
It's
been
a-
ambivalent about the Ned character because he really isn't a team player and he's a bit aloof and
That's what I was saying earlier.
thinks he's better than the others, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And yet he's playing in the same shit team as they are.
He's like, I'll score for you, you know, but I'm not gonna fight for you. And it's like, what a douche nozzle. Oh, that movie, yeah.
Mm. That was no lady, that was a federal judge.
Okay. Okay.
That was no lady.
Federal prison.
She could have put a temporary restraining order on you.
See, it's the federal prisons that aren't so bad. It's the state prisons that are gnarly.
Club Fed, it's great. It's like a holiday. Club Fed.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I will tell you this, a lot of people misunderstand this, that when they go to federal prison, they think, well, I'll get my time and maybe I'll get off early. No, you don't understand. This is federal prison. If they give you 5 years, you're doing 5 years. If they give you 45 years, honey, you're doing 45 years.
I've always liked the movies about Mexican jails, like Get the Gringo, where it's just like seems to be one big holiday camp.
It's like a village.
It's like
it's
a village.
Not even a prison.
It's a community. Yeah. I think it was Get the Gringo.
I like that movie.
Yeah. Once you're inside, it's just like do whatever you want. You know, you just the walls are up, but you can do whatever you like. Can't get out. Nope. Winston cigarettes. That's a hell of
That
a
was it.
Well,
I remember now.
another-
Yes, Get the Gringo is considered a non-official sequel to Payback.
El Pueblito, the prison.
El Pueblito.
Mike.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, guys. Hey, Gary brought Mike
Canadian.
in.
You
Yeah,
must
see,
be
I
here.
start talking gay, and there comes Mike.
Yep.
Happy birthday to Penny. Happy birthday to Penny. Happy birthday, dear Penny. Happy birthday to Penny. And many more.
Is it really Penny?
Well, that's how it should be
It's
said. It
Penny's
should be
birthday.
said,
Happy birthday, Penny.
Gay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah,
Hey.
happy birthday,
Hey.
Penny. I hope you're having a great day.
Yeah, see, kind of don't know about the relationship stuff in this movie. Just get back to the fighting.
Really?
I
Yeah,
don't
this
care.
was in
Watch
here
it.
to get the women to watch.
I know.
Yeah,
they
watching
had to
this
have-
movie, I was like, oh, they're fighting again.
They had to have this soap opera stuff in it. Yeah, just get back to the hockey and the fighting. That's what we all want.
If it would be hockey, it's just fighting.
And proof that some hockey players are gay is they watch soap operas in this movie.
Yeah, right.
I actually love The Goon. I will never
Goon
watch
is-
the Slapshot sequel because it's not. No, sir, I will not. And I like
Yeah,
both of the Goon movies.
I'm looking for my clips from Goon. I've got one. I think it's pretty quiet volume wise, though, unfortunately. But
Oh, this is where he outs them as gay.
Yeah, I got a clip of Goon right now, waiting to go.
Oh, sweet.
Know this shit hard. If ever there comes a time when it gets down to the marrow and it's you and me, kid, I will lay you the fuck out.
I will lay you the fuck out. Leo Schreiber was so good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've done it to you again.
No, don't worry. He fixes it. There we go. So, because he's in both films, isn't he? As I recall.
Was he in the second one?
I think he makes
I
an
know it
appearance
was
in
Kurt
there.
Russell's kid, I think, was in the second one as the villain. I can't remember if Liev Schreiber was in it. If he was, it was a smaller role. Oh, that first Goon was just amazing.
Yes, Liev is in there. Yep, he's even on the poster. You got it could have been such a great poster. I'm serious. I'm serial. Because you got Liev Schreiber up there with his fucking long hair and mustache, and then you've got Sean William Scott holding the stick, and then they got that ugly weird girl. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with her face?
What stick is he holding?
That is the weirdest looking girl I've ever seen in my life. What is her name? Alison Pill. Oh my god, what a pill she is. She's hard to take because her head's so gigantic you can't swallow her. She's got a peanut head. She has a round fucking peanut head. Oh my god. Girlfriend, you need a head lift. $20 seconds. 20 seconds, and then I owe him 15 minutes. and here we go. Are you ready? Ready? End scene. Right there. 15 minutes. Now I'm done. Fuck you, Tim. I'll rather owe you all my life than cheat you out of it. Jesus Christ. I got fucking Brian on here, for Christ's sake. I'm not going to be gay for 30
put
fucking
a bounty
minutes.
on a man's head.
Oh, this is so funny when you just keep bugging him, and all he wants is like 10 minutes in peace, and they're not letting him.
And some people go, well, why doesn't he just take the phone off the... Oh, no, you can't do that back in the 70s. Because after a few minutes, it starts going, and there's nowhere in the house you can hide that fucking phone.
You have to disconnect it from the wall if you wanted to do something.
I didn't know that.
That's what you do. You have to completely disconnect the phone. My God, it was so annoying back in the 70s. You could hear it. Like my dad would accidentally leave the phone off the hook when I was a kid. And I would hear it in the back because he didn't want my siblings calling. I do,
Oh God, that is annoying.
Thank you, Tim. I try.
I still didn't notice any difference. I don't know what you were doing.
Fuck you, Brian. Put a bounty on this guy's head if I don't get out. Yeah, it's like, I've got to get some shut eye. Because he fucking, wow, that dude looks, because I can't remember what else he was in, but the guy looks like a fucking psycho.
What was he in? We're talking about that real shithead at the end with the big fight.
Yeah, let me look him up real quick. I'll find him.
It's Serpico, I think, or something like that, wasn't it?
Was it that? Because I remember he was in something, man.
Is it Paul D'Amato? Paul D'Amato?
I think that's it. I think that's his name. Yeah, Paul D'Amato.
Yeah.
What the fuck was he in?
God, Serpico, man, the deer hunter, according to this. I don't remember him in that, but he was in it.
No, that was it. The Deer Hunter is the one. Yeah. Because I remember we watched it for the channel. He plays the Green Beret that comes back and he starts talking shit and he's got the crazy eyes.
The only thing I remember from the Deer Hunter is how depressing it was to watch that.
Oh, it's a very depressing film. There's nothing uplifting about that film. But But yeah, it's like, good God, that guy had the crazy fucking eyes. He's in a lot of fucking movies, man. He's in Suspect with Dennis Quaid and Cher. I actually like that movie.
Even with Cher
He
in it.
died about a year ago.
Yeah, his last movie, actually, his last TV series was The Unusuals. Do I know that show?
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's yep, I've heard of this show because Jeremy Renner's in it, and that's why I know of it. Amber Tamblin's in it too. Harold Perrineau, he's the sheriff on Lost. Wasted on that show.
Yeah.
Here we go. That's Paul D'Amato. Yeah.
That show went to shit, and it's a shame.
This is Paul Newman is so fucking nervous about this guy.
God, this is so good.
And
it's
again,
just a blood sport. It's a blood sport, really.
All the actors did their own stunts in this, including the fighting. Newman made a point that he wanted it, and he said because they let him do what he wanted in this film, he said it's the most fun he ever had making a movie. They're booing you. And then he goes out there and he ends up fucking, what does he do? He doesn't he high sticks him. And
benched for
just you didn't see it coming, man. He gets nailed, and as he's going down, he fucking high sticks him, knocks him back down himself. And I'm like, holy shit, the kid did it. This is where he works on his jealousy, and that's where he knows he's found his button to push. Because that's what he sort of looks for with these everybody on the team is their buttons. Oh God, this is. He said, "You can't say fuck on the radio. This is radio." Their sexual problems. I'm perverse. There's a difference, is what he's saying. And what's hard to believe is we're already in the third act at this point. It still feels like we're in the middle of second act.
Yeah.
It's got such a nonchalant transition. It happens so quickly you don't even notice it. But I'm not a chicken shit. I love that one. I might be bald, but I'm not a chicken shit. And he fucking accidentally knocks Strother Martin down the stairs backwards. Oh my God. And the other thing I like about this is we don't spend all that much time on the games.
I know. I think there's a little bit too much of this domestic stuff for my liking. They could have trimmed 5 minutes of that and had 5 more minutes of play.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I would have been fine with that.
That is one of my faults of the movie. There's a little too much of the domestic stuff.
Oh, you're going to be doing a Fallout play stream? All right, dude. Martin might watch you. I hate the Fallout games. I do like watching John when he gets killed a lot.
Fallout New Vegas.
In 3 hours, I will be doing John's Fallout play.
Oh, is that what he's talking about? That's what he's talking about, I guess. Oh, Bill. Okay, so you're not doing when you're talking about John's stream. Got you, buddy. Yeah, it's Friday. The only 2 things that are worth watching tonight are John being killed in video games and Doomcock doing his Friday Night Frolics.
Man, I miss
and then later,
John.
If Loki and Snow do their show, man, if I could get sleep, dude, I would fucking do that show more often because I like hanging out with those guys.
I sometimes do that one, but I also do a show on the Ascendant Art channel with Brahma, Mad, Little Chad, and Imperatus and Slender Dad. Quite good fun. So
About
Ascendant
what?
Art is the channel.
What's it about?
Just
don't say just Ascendant Art. I will
just
fucking lose my shit on you.
What, the channel?
It's stuff. It's about stuff.
That's just the channel name. The show is usually about just any old to play videos of stupid stuff and critique them, do trivia stuff, music and movie trivia stuff. Fun. We just have some fun and hang out. So,
no, we're not going to talk about Nick Weiser tonight because Nick rebuffed my advances. I love Nick. I love doing talks.
He's still sore from the last advances.
Oh, you and I broke the shit out of him that one night. Remember that?
Oh,
it's like over and over again. You and I were like, man, you were an hour on it that night. I was like, oh my God, Brian and I got great chemistry in that. We're fucking nailing poor Nick. He doesn't know what to do with us.
Yeah. Does anybody still take their groceries home in brown paper bags?
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
That's another thing that dates movies when you see that.
Yeah, brown paper bags. What I love about this scene is you actually begin to think, oh my gosh, she's going to be halfway decent. And she's just an out. And he calls her a cunt. And I love that he calls her a cunt.
Which is, you didn't get that word often in movies then, and even then. And now there was twice at least in this film. Yeah. It's quite rare.
Oh, that's okay, Mr. Tickle Trunk. You can always rewind after it's over and catch some of these shenanigans. And she's a pretty actress. I've seen her in other stuff, but man, she is a complete piece of shit. And I love when he says, you know, better marry somebody soon. That boy is looking gay every day. He's going to end up with a cock in his mouth. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. He's going to end up with a cock in his mouth. Holy shit. Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, we were absolutely. You can turn that twisted all you want. We were nailing the shit out of Nick one night. We nailed the shit out of Nick on Toxic Tuesday that one night.
Yeah, brown paper bags. I remember that. I'm old enough to remember. You bought a bottle of liquor, brown paper bag.
You wrap it. Yep.
Yeah.
Why though?
We used to fuck around and we would get like long neck soda bottles and we'd wrap them just to get the cops to arrest us. Dude, you can ask Jim Woodward or Mike Beatty. We would do it all the fucking time.
Well, it was
driving down the road.
I'm pretty sure it was illegal.
Brown paper bag.
It was illegal to drink in the alcohol in the streets, I think.
But everybody knew what was in the brown paper bag, so what's the point?
Well, the point was we were drinking soda, and the cops would pull us over.
I'm not talking about you fucking with cops, Gary. I'm talking about it being a thing. Everybody knew what was in those bags.
Well, the funny part was when we got pulled over by a cop one time in Mike's truck. He says, why are you guys even doing that? Because he got mad when he found out it was soda bottles. We said, well, keeps them colder. Like we acted really like that was why we did it.
Keeps your hands from getting cold.
Yeah. It's just, your hands heat the bottles up with the paper bags. It keeps them cold. All right. This guy is like, he's a badass now. I love this. He's out there playing it. Gets him a girl because of it. Sort of. I mean, even the goon, when you stop and think of it, that has that silly romantic aspect to it, where he's trying to be a better person for her.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think they linger on that as much.
They don't.
He's a simplistic person.
That film has the perfect balance between it. This film has an overbalance of the relationship stuff, where they spent, I would say, as much as even 10 minutes, because this is a long movie. It's a 2.5 hour movie. And I think a good half hour could have been trimmed out of this. And all of it would have been all the relationship.
I think there's room for a bit of trimming. 10 minutes at least.
Yeah. Because, you know, I prefer an airstrip, personally, when it comes to trimming. Let that sink in.
Oh, it's sinking, Gary. It's sinking.
It's sinking. Ed was not going to respond. Martin's not saying anything. Brian's just doing this.
I'm trying to find more clips. I know I've got lots of them. But... Okay.
This is where Ned runs into the woods. I always thought this is a weird scene. He's being so non-confrontational that he's avoiding him because he knows that his wife moved in with him. And he tells him the truth. I didn't touch her. It's not that thing. She just needed some space from you, kind of thing. you know. And he's trying to be nice to him, and it ends up he shows up at the game because this is coming up on the final game, isn't it?
Yes, it's what is it? It's like a final league thing.
Yeah, it's the championship, the league
championship game, of the league that they're in. Yeah,
and they win the fucking trophy because the other team disqualifies because he fucking hit the ref in the back of the head. He fucking rabbit punched him. And people don't know that's fucking dangerous, man. That's a good way to kill somebody, break their neck.
Well, that's why I cross-check to the back in the kidneys is one of the dirtiest things you can do.
Yeah, people talk about how rough the liver punch is. I'm like, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
The kidneys, you get hit in the kidneys or you get hit in the neck, man. It's in the story if it's hit right. With enough force, you could cut 50. Here we go. Hold on. You cut 50 minutes of fat off this movie just by recutting it to remove the dead segments where nothing happens. I agree with you because I think this film suffers in the edit.
Yeah,
but it's still a great fucking movie.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, it's still the best hockey film.
I've got another clip from Goon lined up.
Oh, you do? All right, let's pull this up.
Big boy, use your big boy words.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Lest we forget, that's his own team.
That's not sports. That's warfare.
Damn,
that's his own team.
That's the other hockey movie we're gonna do, and I want Brian there for that one too. When we do that one,
I'm taking.
I love the Goon. You will enjoy it, sweetheart, because I'll spend it with you.
No, I think that's when I have a day off.
I love the glasses.
I know.
Such a good idea having that look.
In
the Malky. Give him Malky.
Just get the Malky.
Stick the heat in them.
Oh, my favorite Scottish line from somebody who's not really Scottish is in the movie So I Married an Axe Murderer. His head!
Get the size of that thing. It's on planetary system.
He tilts his jaw to one side when he does it too.
There's a Piper Doon. There's a Piper Doon. Toe Blake.
Something Sputnik. Orbit around it. It's like a fucking movie. The Bay City Rollers.
Saturday night.
And then he starts talking about KFC. Fucking KFC. Starts talking about Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Colonel and his.
Careful now.
Oh, did we get some titties here? I think we got some titties. Way to go, Martin.
We need to go back to check.
You had one of many jobs to do.
Martin spent hours looking at those clips.
I don't think we'll ever get caught for those because it's slightly out of focus. So they're never going to notice.
I saw nothing.
Yeah, never mind that I successfully took out the whole sequence full of titties with.
You didn't take them out. You put in Monkey Jeebus's head, and it's great because if I don't get to look at titties, at least I'll get to look at Monkey Jeebus. I love the sign with the crazy glasses.
Yeah, the booster.
Those look like the X-ray glasses from.
They've all got the fake noses and the glasses.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. When you're in the bus, the booster bus, and the three girls have the glasses with the Groucho nose. Do you ever own those? I had a pair when I was a kid.
I didn't have one, but people did. Yes,
because they had the bushy eyebrows too. For Groucho's eyebrows. It wasn't just the glasses.
Big grudge match.
The thing I've always wondered, because I never found anything in the trivia.
Hook McCracken.
Oh, Dr. Hook McCracken.
I love the Dr. Hook.
All of these guys are enforcers.
I know. Wait
a minute, didn't he get banned permanently?
Yeah. They started an arms race. Right. All these names are from mystery. Oh, this guy didn't play for us, played for 10 years. You know.
Yeah, one guy looks like a fucking caveman. That one.
The unfortunate Denny Pratt tragedy. We never find out what that is, of course. But
he Hanson, what does he offer? He says, "Hey man, do you like pizza? Or what is it? Do you like pizza? Maybe I'll buy us one later." The Hanson brothers like being nice.
Hmm.
Oh my god, this is so brutal.
They picked the wrong game to stop fighting. To stop fighting hard.
Yeah, and it frustrated him. Like once they got out there, shouldn't he have started fighting at some point? And well, that's the writer. The writer says they got to get to it's halftime, right? They go to they play. There's 4 quarters, or what do they call them? I forget in hockey.
Periods.
Periods. There are 4 periods.
No, there's 3 periods.
3 periods.
So you can't have quarters.
So when do you go back to your locker room?
Well, you have 2 breaks between the first and second and third.
So the first break is when they go back, and they're like, okay, that shit didn't work. So that explains it to you better than I did, honey, because I didn't know that. I thought there were 4 periods. There's 3 periods in basketball. I mean, in hockey. Sorry, I thought someone was at my door. So basically, they play for like, what is it, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then they take a
20
break.
minutes a period.
What frustrated me was they were so naive. I mean, they were known for playing dirty, so of course every other team would play dirty too. And then all of a sudden they decide, let's play straight.
Oh, this went beyond that. They brought people out of retirement.
That's right.
In order to have more enforcers to fight these guys. So
what did they expect? What did they expect? All of a sudden playing fair, that the others would notice and go like, "Oh,
well, that's
okay,
that's the naivety of Paul Newman's character. No, it's the naivety of Paul Newman's character, wanting something to go out on and realizing, yeah, I fucked that up. I really fucked that up. And so he says, okay, guys, let's go out there and let's give them what they want. And so they go out and they fight, and it ends up brutal fucking fight.
Yeah,
this is it right here. This is it here. This is where he high sticks him.
Yeah. But Max is rightly pointing out that the caveman looking guy is the brother of the writer. Yeah.
Oh, he's the real Ned.
Yes, he's the real Ned.
No shit. That's the real Ned.
Oogie Oglethorpe is Ned Dowd. Yeah.
Oogie Oglethorpe. What a name.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
Look at that fucking 70s haircut on that guy. Everybody had that fucking Dutch. All the guys had the Dutch style hair. It's really weird. Even I had that.
Page boy. Yeah, they're absolutely shattered here. What the?
Thanks, Max Demon. Appreciate it, buddy. Glad you're here. As I would have said earlier in voice, well, you know what, honey? It's better latent than never.
Fashion shows. Yeah.
Just to let you know, Max, Tim paid $30 for me to do 30 minutes of gay talk, and I'm like, I'll give you 15 today. And that's all you get. Well, I'll recoup you on the other days. You get some more gay on other shows. But we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to do the chat. We're going to use stream elements, and I'll figure out how to do it because I did it before. Ian Ogilvy.
I remember Ian Ogilvy. Yeah.
Is it Ogilvy or Ogilvy?
Ogilvy.
It is Ogilvy. Okay.
Yes. He played the Saint in the rebooted Saint show in the 70s.
Where's he from? That's not Welsh.
Max caught the gay talk. All right. Awesome.
I don't know. Ian Ogilvy.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. You spent all your gay today. And I got to be honest, man, I don't like that hairstyle on her.
Yeah, Ian Ogilvy's English. Yeah.
Oh, I've always got a lot more gay in me. Yeah, I don't like her hairstyle in this. And by the way, she's still acting. She played a judge on was it Criminal Intent? One of the shows. One of the Law and Order shows.
Law and Order SUV. This is Christopher in the Sopranos said, Law and Order SUV. Oh God, he's had a lot of gay in him. Yeah.
Yep. I got so much in me. It's virtually exploding.
Witchfinder General, that's right.
Here it goes.
Yeah.
This is how they win the championship.
He's making a mockery of the game.
And I love that the high school team starts playing the striptease song.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course it gets the other team disqualified. So it's a master plan, really.
Yeah, because fucking the enforcer with the crazy eyes, man, he fucking protests, and the referee turns his back on him after saying, "You consider this a line too far with this happening."
That's right.
And he goes, "Yeah," and he turns his back on him to skate away from him, and he punches him in the back of the head. And that's
disqualification.
it.
Yeah,
you're disqualified.
Chiefs win by default.
And then he angrily turns to Paul Newman. He goes, "Get your fucking trophy." You win.
Yeah, and he's like, "What? We did it?"
And then he goes to get it, and the kid's half naked. Well, he's mostly naked. All he's got on is his fucking jock supporter. That's all he's got on, his skates. Fucking runs up and steals the trophy and starts skating around with it. Oh my god, it's great.
Well, what I really like is he has his shin protectors down over his ankles, and it looks like leg warmers slip down on a ballerina's feet.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Look at this.
Indeed.
Oh.
Yeah,
No
a
shit.
A lot of the real people. Yeah.
Well, Johnstown's Jets, isn't that who Ned
Well,
played
that's
for?
Ned's
The real
play.
Ned?
Yeah, that was his team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look at him. What a great photo. Here it
The
is.
best part
About
is
to
when he
clock him in
takes
the
his
back of
hooks
the
to get
head.
rid of the trousers.
That was where he hit him.
That.
That was where he hit him. Give me the fucking trophy. Here's your fucking trophy. And he scoots up and steals it. I love it.
That guy looks way too skinny to be a real hockey player. Though.
Yeah, you need to be a little beefier.
Yeah. But yeah, they win by default.
And, you know, for a long time, I kind of hoped there would be a real sequel, a genuine sequel with Paul Newman, showing how they went elsewhere.
Yeah, they had sequels, but they weren't really anything to write.
Oh, no. That was too
they were
late,
nothing.
and it's got fucking, it's got one of the Baldwin brothers in it. It's like, no, thank
It's
you.
just not worth it.
The one that needed to come out was in the early 80s to show them what he did, that he went up north to Minnesota, and he says, "I'm going to bring the guys up." He says it to his ex-wife. And he's deep in his fucking mind, he thinks that his wife is gonna fucking let him back in her life. It's not happening, dude.
The float with the glasses and the nose on the top.
Right? And the two brothers are in the lenses.
Yeah, and the two
hanging out
adult
looking-
films at the movie theater.
Right.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yes, Deep Throat and what was the other one? Oh shit, Deep Throat was one with Linda Lovelace, and I forget what the other film was. You have another shot of that, Martin?
No, oh my god, it's not easy to.
No, you can't manipulate these slide sets very easily. There, right, hang on. It's something about loans.
I may overshot it.
You did. You were almost there.
Ah, okay.
You were almost
That's
there.
right.
You just about reached the top.
Let's make it. Let's.
I love that float.
I know. And you can see the brothers, all three are there, and then two of them duck down and they're just looking
Okay.
through the lenses.
That's
Meatball.
Oh, Meatball.
That was it. Yeah, Deep Throat with
Yeah.
Linda Lovelace and Meatball. Not to be mistaken with the movie Meatballs.
Wholesome family town.
Yeah, I wondered how many people pointed that shit out about that town, having that fucking movie theater showing pornos.
Probably the only thing that was making money.
Yeah. That's sad.
The days when you had to buy a cinema ticket to see porn.
Yeah, he's so delusional here. And there's no question, she still fucking loves him, but she is moving on.
He's a bum, really. I mean, not a bum, but he's not going anywhere, is he? Although he does get a coaching gig. He gets another coaching gig.
Yeah, he's the head coach for the team.
Yeah. So he does
And I
kind
don't know
of
if
move
that-
up a bit.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not easy to be married to a guy like that. He's on tour half the year. You know, he's out in buses and not there. So
yeah, meatball is not to be mistaken, Tim, with meatballs. That's right. And what the fuck is this? I've never heard of deep toad.
Deep toad.
Okay.
And he sees her and he's waving at her. And he's like waving at her. I'll see you later, baby. Not happening, man. She's going to New York. Your marriage is over. It's time for you to move on, man.
Well, I'm glad we reached the end because I do have to drop out at the top of the hour. This is a minute or two away. So.
And by the way, this was a real parade. It was happening that
like
day in that town. And I love that they mixed it in there. Because the high school band was also the band playing in the movie. The local high school band.
Easier to use a real band than make one up.
Yep. Use the locals.
Wait, we just did another movie where they did this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we were talking about the parade in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And I loved his idea for the sequel, that the sequel would actually be a sidequel because it's about the adventure that the guys have in the car when they took it. Just, you know, a 2-hour movie of them finally showing back up. And again, I want to point out great soundtrack.
Gotta get right back where we started from.
It's a great song, man.
Yeah. So unfortunately, folks, I do have to drop. I know. Glad we made it to the end of the movie, though.
Well, I'm glad your balls made it, lad.
So it's been real. Thank you for inviting me.
You bet, brother. It's always good to have you on, man.
No, it's good
when we do the Goon, I want you and Brahma. So please talk to Brahma.
I'll only do it if you stop calling it the Goon, because it's just called Goon.
The Goon.
It's just called Goon.
Call it Goon.
It's not got a the in front of it. It's just Goon.
Well, yeah. All right. Jesus Christ, man.
Good luck teaching Gary stuff.
I was just trying to be as pedantic as I could on the way out.
You had to hurt my feelings, man.
You haven't got any feelings. How can you hurt someone's feelings?
I don't care.
Definitely not in my feet or my ass right now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, good. Thank you to everyone in the chat for watching. It's nice to talk about hockey. You know, it's good. So watch Bourbon in the Morning Saturday nights. Tim's always there. So.
Yeah, never miss it. It's a good show, guys. Sometimes I pop into the chat and I start blathering.
Yeah, indeed. So have a great day, folks. See you all soon. Thank you for having me.
Bye, Brian.
Bye, Brian.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.
So it was great having Brian here and Mephisto today to talk about this film. You'll play me out. Yes, I agree. And I actually do like the sequel. My problem is I don't like Alison Pill. I cannot stand her as an actor. And I can't stand her face. She's bizarre looking. Who told she was great as a child actor, but once she grew into adulthood, peanut head. Bizarre looking peanut head. Gigantic orb of a forehead. It's like a moon. That's no moon. It's a space station. And I just got an image of Alison Pill dropping in right when I said that, going, oh. He's just skipping channels. We can see if anybody's talking about her and her giant head. So, yeah, let's get out of here, guys. Tom Baker, D. Bud Martin, Penny, Boosh McFadden, Snortopupus Cuber, FKC 2005, a.k.a. Tim. Bill Barkley, War Monkey was here. Comic Relief Crusader, my buddy Mike. Mr. Tickle Trunk was here. Max Demon. And I think that's it. Was that it? Yeah, that's it for the chat. All right, guys. It's fun hanging out.
Chat. The rest of the guys was over on Twitter and Rumble.
It's good to see everybody today. I hope everybody had some fun. I'll play one more for you guys. There we go.
That our flag was still there.
Got my eye on the three of you guys. You pull one thing, you're out of this game. Now I run a clean game here. I have any trouble, I'll suspend you. I'm listening to a fucking song!
Listen to the fucking song! Hey guys, don't forget to click that like, subscribe, and notification button. We appreciate you watching the show. Now, back to it. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the hangout as much as I did. And I hope everybody enjoyed Anima as much as Anima so really loved watching this movie.
Shut the fuck up, Gary. I'm here, okay?
At least there were no spiders in this one.
She watched a horror film today, which we'll be talking about tomorrow with Tom and Gary. We're going to be talking about a little 1990 horror film, Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. And
yeah, that's not horror though. That was just gross.
It's a monster movie with gore. It's a monster movie with gore.
I do well with gore, you know that.
Fucking vampire bat thingy.
Covered in slime.
Was it a bat? Was it a rat?
Yeah, it's a bat.
Because bats doesn't have tails.
Yes, they do. Certain ones have tails.
Not rat-like.
Hold on. We watched a movie over on YouTube that tries to explain where that monster came from, and
there was
some
an ancient bat with a rat tail. And
yeah, it comes from a mutating rat that evolves into a bat.
The one in the movie is like, I think, a rat and a fucking bat bred and then living in all that gross refuse. It fucking mutated gigantic. And it became the god.
So yes,
it became a god to these fucking rats. You know, and
how old that thing was. I mean, probably ancient.
And it's got a really small appearance by what's his name that played Chucky. He's
Brad
Dourif. Plays Brad Dourif. He plays the exterminator who gets exterminated. So, but that's it. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow, 3:00. Tom and Gary. It'll be fun. Come join us for that tomorrow. Don't forget tonight you've got John's Watch Me Get Killed video game show. And then of course you've got Doomcock with Friday Night Frolics, and then you also have Loki's and Snow's little show, Loki's Channel of Mischief. Is that what he calls it? I forgot the name of it. And I need to get on it. But if I don't get a nap in, you won't see me on the late shows because I've got to get my old man nap in. I'm old.
Yes, very.
I'm old. I'm so old that I know where this joke came from.
Remember when you hit that pedestrian with your car at the crosswalk and then just drove away? Pepperidge Farm remembers. But Pepperidge Farm ain't just going to keep it to Pepperidge Farm free of
Santana. Wow. A lot of names. Mr. Tippins is in there. A lot of names in there. Boy, still up Duel, 24/7 Fusion Media, Wiser, Canal. Oh my God. Like we know people or something. Was that the end? Are we at the end? Is this the end, guys? I think this is the end.